Bluetooth connected.
It's goodbye to OJ Harder, and it's closure to find Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Hackney Bridge, now it's Belvedere for me. Yes, it's goodbye to OJ Harder, and it's closure to find Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Hackney Bridge, now it's Belvedere for me.
Colours it's all too, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hardcore FM podcast show. I'm your host, Hardcore Declan, and let's go back to Mr. De Silva's video. He done a video last night, and I'm very, very intrigued of his video because he went into that. Half of the stuff was all bullshit. It was like like a needle in a haystack. But I picked up on when he turned around and said that I'm afraid of Jimmy Knox, James Knox. Jesus, have you seen this guy? This guy is a pipsqueak, skinny piece of shit that would snap in two. So he rambled on about apparently he builded me offline. I don't give a shit that he builded me offline. People get built off the line all the time. But this
starting an online
this bullshit. Him saying that I'm afraid of a little pipsqueak. Like, this guy is so geeky looking. He wears fucking glasses. He's a geek that I've never. I've seen geeks, but this guy is the geekiest person I've ever fucking met in my life. He has these stupid glasses back in the fucking 70s, big huge thick motherfucking glasses. He goes around wearing pink, so I think the guy is actually gay or something. And by the way, I want to touch on Mr. De Silva as well. Apparently his sexual orientations. He says, there's pansexual and there's bisexual. I don't give a fuck, mate. If you're with a man, you're obviously gay. You're hardly with a fucking woman now, eh? You're hardly with a woman. But, I don't even know if I'll even give this man any more airtime, to be honest, because I really, really want to touch on something else. But let's see, can I get the part where he says that I'm afraid of Jimmy Knox or James Knox. Even though I've called this son of a bitch out, I don't know how many times in my videos. On the Xbox, he's a little punk ass bitch, and and also he claimed that apparently this how much of a desperate person he is. This Mr. De Silva guy is. He was on PlayStation yesterday, and he obviously came across my wife's profile, and he obviously promoted her profile on his channel. Good on you. But anyway, saying that about a rap song or something, who gives a fuck? Who cares what music? Who cares what music people listen to? It's none of my fucking business what music you listen to. I just realised actually somebody texted. But anyway, this fucking guy is going on about saying that I'm afraid of this Jimmy Knox guy, piece of shit that I've ever this guy. You'd snap him. He's that much of a light feather twig. You'd snap the eye. I'd certainly snap him in fucking 10 when I'm finished with him. But should we give this prick airtime? Should we give him where he's going in about Roshi and Spotify songs and other bullshit. Let's let should we find the part where he said that I'm afraid of Jimmy Knox? Hold on, fast forward this bullshit. Fast.
He misassumed my sexual orientation again. This fucking guy keeps
Which
saying
is
I'm
gay. He is gay. He goes out
He
with a fella.
says he says it in the opening. Like it didn't even take him like
Hold on.
20 seconds.
Fast forward is where he said, "Oh, Jimmy Knox."
Gay. The first being bisexual, which of course you can like both sexes, man and woman, and that's not.
Hold on. Fast forward is where he says,
"Fuck off." My lord, he was like having a heart attack. What else did he say? What else did he say in this video? I honestly, oh yeah. He said, why would he care about Garda Owen Finn? Why would he care about Garda Owen Finn? Oh, I have some dirt to dish on his wife Roisin. I have some dirt to dish on her. We're gonna get to her scandal, her little secret.
Let's have a look.
Your police officer. He's your police officer. He's like, what do you mean, police officer in China? Problem. Anyway,
is this the part where he says, "I'm afraid of
this whole thing"? I mean, it needs to stop. I mean, honestly, I don't know if Sergeant Morgan or Sergeant Carroll just do this to entertain.
We need to rewind this.
Tell Sergeant Morgan stuff. I want to like Sergeant Morgan. I want to like Sergeant Morgan. I do. I really want to like him, but I just Morgan have been professional. Is he a good police officer?
Jesus Christ.
Lieutenant Bunyan is putting supervisor should be patrolling the streets.
Jesus Christ. He loves that fucking Sergeant Morgan.
I notice he doesn't talk about that or say one bad word about him because he knows.
Okay, rewind it. Oh, shit.
James doesn't fuck around.
Okay,
so
hold on. This is where he says, I'm afraid of James.
Definitely thinks I'm afraid of him.
Oh, yeah, actually, at all. Oh, by the way, yes, you are afraid of Paddy, because every time he's in the party, you're all, "Oh, hey, Paddy, how are you, Paddy?" And then behind his back, you're talking shit. At least I can stand up and say, "I fucking hate you" to his fucking face. But this prick. But anyway, this is the part where he says this. I swear to God, man, I'm not joking. I think I have a picture of this Jimmy Knox guy. I actually should rule it out with Jimmy Knox. This person, he's first of all, he looks like a gay fucker. Second of all, he's a little pipsqueak little motherfucker, a little prick that he'd snap in 2 fucking seconds. Third of all, he wears these fucking Roy Orbison fucking glasses. I would fucking seriously, if I had that Jimmy Knox, is it Jimmy Knox or Knox or something? Knox, I think it's Knox. I think it's Knotts. Jimmy Knox. If I had him in 1 minute in the room, he would be dead in 20 seconds. Because he's a pipsqueaky. The guy's a faggot. He's a fucking faggot. Biggest faggot. And he even goes on. I've actually a story to tell you about this Mr. Jimmy Knox in a couple of minutes. But let's see when he says that I'm afraid of this Jimmy Knox. Let's see, because trust me, I can talk shit about this guy all day if I feel like it. I can talk shit about Anthony Da Silva. I can talk shit about Spencer Hebrewer, but I've no shit to talk about because Spencer Hebrewer doesn't go on like fucking Mr. Da Silva does. But I could talk shit about Mr. Da Silva. I could talk about shit about Spencer Hebrewer. I could talk about Ross Schuyling. I could talk shit about Jimmy Knox and anybody else that fucking knows this piece of shit. That anybody, I don't give a fuck. Really, I was laughing last night when he turned around and said that I was afraid of this little peep. This little. You ever see like, the way you have geeks. This guy is the most geekiest geek in fucking America. Like, where does he supposed to be living? Jersey now? He's supposed to live in California now. So trust me, I would honestly, I'd love to meet all these people and lock them in the room and kick the shit out of the whole lot of them. Kick the shit out of the whole lot of them. But when you hear this bullshit carry on, I'm afraid of
One second.
James Knox.
Sorry about that. Neighbor came by. Anyway.
Oh yeah, his neighbor
Yeah,
came
Patty.
on.
I'm not afraid.
His neighbor came on, wrecked the show.
Patty doesn't scare me at all. I gave Patty a shot because I know him. I mean, me and Patty might have our differences. We might, argue a little bit, but he's a friend of mine, just like James is a friend of mine. James Knotts. He's a friend of mine, and Declan's afraid of this guy. He's afraid of James.
Ooh, I'm afraid of James. Ooh, what is he gonna do? Fucking send the straight man gate or gay or something like that. What is he gonna hit me with his fairy dust? With his wand, with his fairy dust? Is he gonna go, "Choo, I'm gay"? Oh Jesus Christ, man! Well, like, what the fuck? Like, is that the only thing he's gonna do? He's gonna hit me with his fairy dust and turn me gay or something? Oh man, this is funny. So I'm apparently I'm afraid of this little pipsqueak. This pipsqueak that he's definitely fucking gay. This guy smokes fucking dope as well. I wouldn't be surprised if this motherfucker, him, Ross Shoiling, they can all have each other because they're the most fucking geekiest people that I've ever fucking met in my life. So obviously, Mr. De Silva likes hanging around with geeks. He talks about my friends. At least my friends are not fucking geeks like your fucking friends are. But anyway, let's move on. I just want to quick because I want to do my
rest. James is like a brother to me, and Declan is afraid of him.
I'm afraid of him.
Declan is really afraid of him.
Whoa,
very, very afraid of him.
I'm very afraid of him. Oh.
Declan doesn't come on here and talk about that.
Oh, trust me.
Notice he doesn't talk about that or say one bad word about him because he knows.
If I want to tarnish the name of Jimmy Knox, I'll do so. What's he gonna do? What is James Knox gonna do? James Knox is gonna do fuck all. He's gonna do absolutely fuck all. So that's the funniest thing I've ever. So this so-called James Knox is supposed to be a tough ass. I have a story. I have a story to tell you in a couple of minutes before I move
James
on.
Doesn't fuck around. So that's his weak spot. James is like his fucking weak spot because he knows he's afraid of that guy. Of course, my friend James that lives in Jersey, he lives out in California now. He's afraid of that guy. He's like a brother to me. We'll give him a shout out at the end of the video. But anyway, moving on.
Let's move on about Ocean's Spotify. Come on.
But yeah, I don't understand
Give us a laugh.
Declan's video or his logics or anything defending Colin. I said what I said about Colin. Apparently, everybody smokes weed. I never smoked weed. I don't know where Declan's getting at. Everybody smokes weed.
That's how much of a dog this guy is. This motherfucker is a big dog. Who has never ever smoked weed? I don't like the stuff, but I did. I smoked weed before when I was younger. I don't smoke it now. But who the fuck hasn't even dabbled in weed? It's serious. Like, must be the big darkest person that I've ever met. Like, oh, I'm an altar boy. I must not do drugs. And this motherfucker is fucking doing what did he say? Apparently he had, which I don't believe. Apparently he had like cocaine or something. This piece of shit. And he talks about what are people doing drugs in this motherfucker apparently, which I 100% do not believe. Apparently this motherfucker does sniff cocaine or some shit. Apparently, which I don't know. This guy's a dork. He's like he has to follow the rules. You need to break the rules sometimes. Break that glass ceiling and Jesus Christ, who honestly has never tried puff or whatever you want to call it? Who hasn't smoked marijuana? Who seriously? I think everybody has dabbled in the green or the brown or whatever you want to call it. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's move on.
I never smoked it, so I don't know where he's getting.
Because he's a
Everybody
fucking
smoked
geek.
it.
Big fucking
That
altar
must be
boy.
his thing.
That I
Saying
never.
he smokes weed. I never smoked weed, but okay. But there's something that I found very interesting about his wife.
About my wife. Okay, come on.
Declan's wife has a very
He
interesting.
must have something. Like he must have some sort of. Well, I wouldn't say like fantasy towards me because he always seems to be bringing up my wife lately. I wouldn't say like an attraction, but he has, he always seems to have something on my wife. It's always something on my wife. Like he's going to go on about, he's talking about his Spotify or Roisin Spotify, and came across a song or something. Now I'm not really like into rap myself, but who cares if Roisin wants to listen to rap? That's her fucking business. I couldn't really give a shit what she watches. It's our world's her oyster. Our world is our oyster. If Roisin wants to listen to rap, she listens to rap. I mostly listen to like whatever's on the radio. If it's pop, mostly Irish music that I listen to. But if I want to listen to a bit of, I used to love dance music. I used to love dance music, dance hits. Remember that was now 95 tunes and shit like that. Well, we're now into fucking 2000 and something. Now 95, now 96, now 97. I think every year I used to get a new album and the dance channels and shit like that. Like everybody obviously has different music. Like this guy is gonna come on here. Now, I don't know. I don't care about the lyrics. The lyrics are supposed to be very bad. It's Carly D and some other girl. I don't know who. And apparently they sing a song. And I don't know. I obviously don't know the name of the song. I'm sure Mr. Galubi, we're just going to call him Mr. Galubi, is going to inform us the song. But apparently there's explicit words in the song. Um, even when I heard it last night, I was like, oh my god, like something like spit in my mouth, and I was like, what the fuck?
Music taste. Now she was listening. Now I was on PlayStation earlier.
Obviously, nosy
this is what I find very
nosy
amusing.
people's accounts as well. This guy is just a weirdo.
They have apparently Declan blocked me on everything, blocked me on Facebook and all this stuff. But his wife didn't unfriend me on PlayStation.
Actually, just for the record, I don't have Facebook anymore. I don't, this bollocks saying that I blocked everybody. I don't have Facebook anymore. The only thing I use now is WhatsApp. That's the only fucking thing I use, and it's just family only. Nobody, because you know what? Since I got rid of my Facebook, it's been actually quiet, pretty quiet. Don't have Anthony Silva texting me. Don't have his fucking brother, and that's another thing as well. His brother always, I don't know what the fuck, all the time texting me. But of course, me being trying to be a nice guy, like, oh, what's the story, whatever. You know what I mean? Instead of me turning around and saying, look, fuck off, don't fucking text me. Why are you texting me? His brother, well, so-called adopted brother, not even blood related, not even blood related. But we'll move on because I have other things to.
So I went on her PlayStation account. Her gamer tag is like Rocket Chick or something. Went on there. And I.
By the way, thanks for the advertisements as well. Good.
Clicked on her profile.
Clicked on the profile.
Like, I was like, just clicked on it.
Like, first of all, why would you be clicking on people's profile? Like what? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what? Like, honestly, he that's what I'm saying. He must have some sort of attraction or something to my wife because he always seems to be bringing shit up about my wife. And then he just admitted it. He went onto our account on PlayStation trying to like look for fucking information. Like what the fuck? Like, is he really going to get a load of information about me? Like it's crazy because between him, between Ross, between all those motherfuckers. Who else? That fucking little pipsqueak, fucking whatever his fucking name is, James. Trying to figure out who I am, what I do for a living. It's not fucking anybody's business what I fucking do and what I do for a living. My family know what I do for a living. My neighbours know what I do because my neighbours, they're my neighbours, even though I don't tell them that much. But this piece of shit from across the water, millions and millions of miles away, thinking, we look him up, we'll finally get him and all this bullshit. Like, what are you looking up people's accounts for? And then, you know what's another thing about this piece of shit? Every time you're talking to him, you have to watch this piece of shit. Because every time you're talking to him, he records everything. Well, how weird is that? How the fuck is weird is that you record somebody? That you actually record somebody? Like, that's fucking pathetic. Pathetic. Jesus. But anyway, move on. Because I'm getting...
And I saw her Spotify. Like her music. And her last song she listened to was this song by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion called WAP.
Okay, it's called. So that's the name of the song. So Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. I knew I got one of the singers right. Like, who gives a fuck? Who really, really cares what music Roisin listens to? We're all different people. I don't judge on the fucking shit you listen to. This motherfucker, he can sit here and ridicule people's music. But this prick listens to Jewish music. Who the fuck listens to Jewish music? He claims that he's supposedly a Jew. Which, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it. He's saying, 1 minute he's saying he's Catholic, then the next minute he's saying he's fucking Jewish. Like, what the fuck? But like, it's ridiculous that he comes on. I'm not even gonna sit here and bore people with this bullshit. With what type of music. I just wanted to get to the part where he was rambling on about I'm afraid of Jimmy Knox and all this. Jimmy Knox is a hard man. You don't want to fuck around with this guy. Trust me when I say, leave me in this room with this guy. Give me 1 minute on the clock and I'll probably have him broke by 20 seconds. Like, this guy, I must actually rule out a picture of this guy. He's the most geekiest person. He wears pink. What fella wears pink? Unless he's gay. I know this piece of shit is gay. He talks with a lisp. He's like, "Hi, I'm James Knox." And he talks about Colin. He talks about Colin can't speak. Well, I'll tell you one thing. At least Colin can speak better than James. It's like, "Hey, my name is James Knox." You know the thing. I don't know if it's is a Family Guy or something, and the guy has the big lip and he's like, that's James Knox. That's how James Knox talks. That's how that son of a bitch talks. It's like, "I'm James Knox. Don't be bullying me tonight, man." Oh, Jesus, man. That's like serious, man. I'd love to fucking get a picture of this Poindexter. He's a fucking Poindexter. Like something like Dexter's Laboratory, probably worse. Like, this motherfucker is a piece of fucking garbage that you just like you just wrap up and fuck in the bin. That's how much of a fucking pencil neat little geek that he is. Oh, man. I'd rather I know I'm getting way off topic. I'd rather hang around with the geeks. And remember Saved by the Bell that there was like a geeky. Was it Saved by the Bell or was it or Sister? Wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. Or maybe it was Drake and Josh. Wasn't there like a little geeky little posse or something in one of them programs? It was either Drake and Josh, Keenan and Kel, Sister or something, or Saved by the Bell. I think maybe it could have been Saved by the Bell. and like they have the little geeky things. I'd rather hang out with them than that fucking James Knox. He's the he would put you down. He would put you down like Rose Ed instead of being in Class A, if you know what I mean. But anyway, before I get on to because I might do my extreme rules, 2 for the price of 1. But anyway, before I get on, I just want to tell this is so funny. For a James Knox that he's so manly and I'm a hard man. This is gonna blow. This is gonna blow the seat off. You need to get the popcorn. Sit down and get the popcorn for this quiz. But anyway, I don't know if it was a girlfriend or a friend of his. He was getting a tattoo one night, and he was screaming like a little bitch. So for a supposedly hard man, like who the fuck screams when you get a tattoo? Like seriously, like I'm not talking about like just a scream. Like I'm talking about like a bitch scream, like a fucking woman. Like he literally he got a tattoo one night. It was so funny. I can't remember if we was in the party that night or whatever. And he fucking screamed like a little bitch. So Jimmy Knox, supposedly hard man. Wow, man, Jesus Christ! I should do a James Knox story, every time as well, just to piss him off. But that was funny. The day he screamed like a little bitch. Getting a tattoo. Like, you the fuck? Be a man. That's why I think this guy is a little faggot. He's a gaybo, little fucking twig, queer bog. But, look at, I'm done with this guy now. Apparently I'm afraid of James Knox. I've called him out now. I made a show of him now. Who gets, I swear to God, there's a friend of the family's. He's probably about 14 years of age. I think he's actually listening because he texted me in the show. And I guarantee you, this guy is 13 years of age, 14 years of age. And I guarantee you, if he got a tattoo, he wouldn't scream like a little bitch. And he's like younger than this. Like this James Knox guy, what is he, in his 20s? Mid-20s, give or take. And he was screaming the fucking house down. But see my friend, 14 years of age, just let's say he's a friend of the family's. I'm not gonna go into detail how I'm related to this guy, but he's basically a friend of the family's. And I guarantee you, if he got a tattoo tomorrow, I guarantee you he wouldn't scream like a little bitch. And he's like really, really like 13, 14 years of age. I guarantee you that he wouldn't scream like a little bitch. Anyway, guys, anyway, 2 for the price of 1, guys. Let's get into our WWE preview show, Extreme Rules. Okay, first up, in no particular order, of course, there will probably be more matches added. This is the only matches that I have for the moment. I'm going to give you my prediction of who's going to win, who's going to lose, and Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Champion. Now, Becky Lynch obviously came back at SummerSlam. Surprised us all, obviously. I didn't even think. I did say on my last preview show that Becky Lynch was probably, I know she was at a couple of pay-per-views, but I go, this is the one to show up. And I was glad that she showed up. Obviously, Becky Lynch from Dublin, Ireland. But anyway, who's going to win? Is it Becky Lynch? Is she going to retain her title? Or is it going to be Bianca Belair? And obviously, it was obviously a bit of strange that she was inserted into the match, even though Carmella came down, because apparently Sasha Banks was a no-show, of course.
Bluetooth disconnected.
But I don't know what's going on, but anyway, so who's going to win? I always stick with the Irish
Bluetooth
boys.
connected.
But I'd like to see Bianca Belair winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. But I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. I'm going to go with the hometown girl, Becky Lynch, to retain her title. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow night or when is the pay per view? Tomorrow night, Sunday night. I don't even know where the pay per view is. But anyway, so I'm going with Becky Lynch. Now we will move on to Damian Priest versus Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus in a triple threat match for the United States champion. Who's going to win? I'm going to stay. Well, I was going to back me boy Sheamus, but I'm going to go with Damian Priest. He's only at the win of the title. I don't think it will change that quick. I'll be very, very surprised if it does change. But I'm going to go with Damian Priest on this one. Now we will move on to Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. Who's going to win, guys? Is it going to be Charlotte Flair or is it going to be Alexa? I would like to see Alexa win for a change. She hasn't been in that spotlight in over a year or so. So I'm going to go the hell with it. The hell with it. I'll just have to know and somebody's texting in there. I'll give out a couple of shout outs in the end. But I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss. I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss to win the Raw Women's Championship. We'll wait and see. We will wait and see. I'm going to go with Alexa to win the Raw Women's Championship. Now we will move on to the Usos versus the Street Profits for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Who's going to win? I'm going to go with maybe the Usos. You know, because they've how long have the tag belts now? I know they won it in the last couple of months. I can't remember. It was the pay-per-view before SummerSlam. But I'm going to go with the Usos on this. Sorry, Street Profits. Now we will move on to Liv Morgan versus Carmella. Obviously, just a normal singles match, probably to take up time. I'm going to go with Liv Morgan on this one to possibly win. And now we will move on to Roman Reigns, I presume it to be the main event. Roman Reigns versus the Demon King, Finn Balor, in an Extreme Rules match for the WWE Universal Championship. Who's going to win? Obviously, Roman Reigns is going to win. I will be very, very surprised if the Demon King beats Roman Reigns. Obviously, Roman is going to win to set up that match at Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. So I'm going to go with Roman on this. A very, very quick preview show, guys, because obviously, you know, talking about that piece of shit. But guys, I hope you enjoy the Extreme Rules show. There'll probably be more matches on the show. I just said I'll get it over 2 for the price of 1. Busy the weekend. Now we will move on to our shout-outs. International. We will to our Bronxville boys. I would like to Sergeant let me see. Oh Jesus, Sergeant Carol and Sergeant Morgan. So Sergeant Watson Morgan and Sergeant William William Carroll. Give them a good shout out. The 2 boys down there in Bronxville doing a great job. Probably 2 of the best police officers there in Bronxville. Hope you're doing a good job. Now we'll get to the inner circle. I would like to give a shout out to me good old buddy there in Bognor Regis, of course, Dan Oakley and his partner. And then we'll move up to Scotland, of course, in Ayrshire. I want to say hello to Colin and his wife Sandra. Then we will move on to Drac. I want to say hello to Drac, of course. I want to say hello to Crazy J. I want to say hello to my beautiful wife Roshin. Who else? Who else made that list? Obviously, I want to say hello to Sean as well, who texted in, of course. Tell them, Deco, giddy up. Giddy up, guys. And then he says, you up, Deco. Show them what's up. Oh, trust me, I've shown them what's up. And also he says, I'd get a tattoo. I know you would. I know you would get a tattoo. So who else are we missing? I want to say hello to Kieran Riley. I want to say hello to Kieran Bourne and his partner Louise. Have we missed anybody? Have we missed anybody? Oh, we'll give a shout out to Grandpa as well. We won't name Grandpa, because he's too special to me. Grandpa is too special to me. So we'll give out a shout out to Grandpa. I think that's our shout out score. That's being our shout out scores. Didn't want to really touch much on that piece of shit. I don't care. He can do videos all he wants. I mostly do wrestling videos. Who cares what music people listens to and what fucking, what people do? Like this guy is just interested on trying to get info. But unfortunately, he snoozy loses, you know what I mean? I don't know what's wrong with this guy anyway. But anyway, guys, that's been our 2-for-1 show, our Extreme Rules preview show. Because there was no point in starting a stream and then doing another stream and do Extreme Rules. But I hope you enjoy the show, guys. It's very short and sweet-ish. Normally I do probably an hour of show. But, I'm away now for the weekend. I won't be probably seeing till Monday evening, possibly Tuesday. But if there's any more bullshit, I'll get back on as I normally do, and I'll call this piece of shit out. I will call this piece of shit out. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy my show tonight. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. Love yous all. Smash like on that. Smash like on the video. Put the notifications on, guys. Give me a thumbs up. And guys, I'm out of here, guys. And we will see you at our next pay-per-view, which is Crown Jewel. I'm looking forward to that. That's, I think, at the end of October, as far as I know. And one more thing before I go, guys. Up the hoops, 9 points clear of the league now. Hope with a game in hand. If you win the game in hand, they should win the league with 8 games to go. So up the hoops tonight, winning the game 1-0 against Pats. Very, very fucking delighted with myself. And we hopefully we're champions in the next day, guys. So that's it. Right, guys. Slán Lat Mar say the Hull. I'm out of here, guys. Good night. God bless.
Dear old city, Dublin, the town I love so dear. We're after winning 2 million quid, so we're off to Belvedere. Yes, it's goodbye to old Jay Harder, and it's bonjour to fine Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Hackney Bridge, now it's Belvedere for me. Yes, it's goodbye to old Jay Harder, and it's bonjour to fine Chablis. I am leaving my heart heart at that Hagley Bridge. Now it's Belvedere for me.